Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I am Anna and I'm a little bit spooky, and today we're doing a tag video. I like never do tags, mostly because I forget to do them. But we're gonna do one today. This is, I think it was created by Emily Noel, and it's the Dream shopping cart from Sephora, like the $1,000 buy whatever you want if money doesn't matter, and you were just given like $1,000 gift card to Sephora, basically. Because if I just given $1,000, I probably wouldn't spend it at Sephora. I'd probably spend it at Target. Let's be real, I've done it a many a time. So this is, if I would say, if I got a gift card specifically for Sephora. To keep within that $1,000 limit, I'm not going to include fragrance or skincare in this. It's just going to be just makeup that I would buy if I had a $1,000 gift card for Sephora and just want to buy all the things that I haven't gotten a chance to get yet and that I really want, and stuff that like I can't bring myself to spend the money on. It would hurt. I don't know. I mean, yeah. I have my cart pulled up in front of me. You guys want to know the total? Or should we just go through the items first? Let's go through the items first. Let's start with lip items, because that's the first thing that's on my cart right now on my list here. First thing up is the Pat McGrath Labs Permagel Ultra Lip Pencil from the Divine Rose collection in the shade Suburbia. It's described as a mid-tone rose, and I love those kind of lip liners. It's the kind of go for a lot, is that shade range, because they go with a lot of stuff, and I would really love to try her lip liners. And I don't know, I just think the color is really pretty, and I'm really into the Divine Rose whole collection, and I want some of it, and it's so expensive. Okay, like this lip liner is $28. I think probably realistically I would not purchase this. I don't know. It would depend on if this was real and I actually had the $1,000. I would buy it because I know how long a lip liner will last me. So yeah, yeah. I would definitely take this in the shade Suburbia. I also want it in the shade Buff, which is more of a warm nude. Another thing I love a good nude lip liner. So I want it in both shades. That is a lot of money for 2 lip liners. It's like $50 for 2 lip liners. Oh my goodness. I think they're really pretty. Am I gonna run out and purchase these right now? No. I mean, this is that dream cart, money's no object kind of item, is spending $28 on a lip liner. Realistically, I'm like a $5 max on lip liners. Except for like the Pillow Talk liner from Charlotte Tilbury. I get it, that liner is pretty damn good. I understand now. So maybe I would feel that way about these two, and it would totally be worth it to buy. Also from Pat McGrath in the Divine Rose collection, I want the gloss in the shade Divine Rose, which is the ultimate plum rose with reflective pearl. Looks so beautiful, and it just looks like a color I would go for. I'm not a huge gloss person. Like, I have a handful of glosses that I like, and I use them occasionally when I feel like it, but like a lot of times I'm more just a matte lip kind of gal. However, that gloss looks really pretty and I would be into it. I think pairing it with those lip liners will look so nice. So nice. They have another gloss that's more of a peachy color, and I feel like I actually have something pretty similar, but this one looked a little unique, a little different, and that is also $28. Like, the lip liner and the lip gloss are the same price. I feel like it's weird. I feel like the lip liner should be a little cheaper or something. Or the gloss should cost more. I don't know. God, don't tell her make anything cost anymore. Another lip product I would really like to get my hands on is from Melt Cosmetics. I'm become quite enamored with Melt Cosmetics lately, but they have the shade in their, what is this? Just their Melt Lipstick is what it's called. But the color is called Old Fashioned, and it is a cool brown with a green undertone. And that just sounds so cool to me. Like, yeah, I would love that color. I love a good brown lip, and you're gonna see that. And I really would like to try Melt's lip products because I enjoyed the Gemini palette a lot, and I'd be down to check them out because I think they have some really unique lip shades. I don't know, just something about this green undertone business sounds really cool to me, and I think that would look really like weird but good. Okay, I also have a few other lippies from Melt. This is in their Undertone Nudes collection. These are their liquid lipsticks, and I want to get the shade Chestnut, which is a sable brown. And it's something about it looks really pretty. I don't know, it just has like this rich chocolatey goodness to it. I don't know, I think it would be so pretty. Again, I love a brown lipstick, and I think this Undertone Nude collection is so cool. Also from that same collection is the shade Ginger, which is also on my list. These retail for $19 as well. So Ginger is a rusty red brown, right up my alley. I love a good rusty red lipstick. Like brown undertone lipsticks are just, yes, give them to me. And this one has a nice warmth to it, which I think would be beautiful for fall. Lastly, in the lip product range, again from Melt and the Undertone the Undertone Nudes collection is the shade Ebony, which is a deep espresso. It's like almost black, but it has a brown undertone to it. I just think it looks really cool, and it would be something kind of different than just pairing a black lipstick. This would be one I definitely would splurge on and probably could not dupe at all. Would love to get my hands on. Just there's something about this that I really like. Just the fact that it's so deep and it is just almost a black. Because you know how I feel about black lipstick. If you've been around here a while, you know I love black lipstick. I wear it a lot. And to me, it is a neutral. Yeah, I just like that this has that subtle brown undertone to it. It's a little bit unique, a little different. And I could think of a million looks that I could pair this with. So let's move on to like some face products, including like highlighters, contours, foundations, things like that I would like to get. First up, another thing from Melt. This is their Digital Dust Highlighter in the shade Morningstar. I like the name. There's a AFI song called Morningstar, but this is a light, kind of pearlescent gold pale shade. I don't know how to actually describe it. Let's see if they describe it. Opalescent vanilla with gold and pink pearl. That sounds like my kind of color, and it sounds like a dupe for the Thunderstruck eyeshadow from KVD Beauty. When the Metal Crush, I used to use it as a highlighter like all the time, and I mean I still do because I have it, but I've been looking for a dupe for it in an actual highlighter formula, and this sounds just like that, and I want it. Like I almost bought it the other day, and I was like, no, you don't need it. It's $40. $40 for a highlighter. And the thing is, I know I can get highlighters from Wet n Wild and e.l.f. and a million other brands for like, you know, under $5, but this has some really unique undertones and colors in it that I haven't seen anywhere else personally. And I just think it's so pretty, and I just really want it. And yeah, a shade I would probably use on an almost daily basis, a pretty regular basis anyway, because it does feel very neutral. I like that it has the gold and the pink shift in it, and that it has that very opalescent base to it, and it's kind of vampire-esque looking. It would go good with my ghostly skin, I feel like, and yeah, I want it. I'm into gold undertones or gold shifts in highlighters because to me it's hard to find for very fair skin, and this looks like it would actually work for fair skin very well and give that kind of vampiric opulent vibe. I don't know, I'm always after like a really pale gold highlighter, like all the time basically, trying to find that one that doesn't like shadow and look funny on my skin. It's a hard thing for a pale girl, like, and I just don't want like a generic champagne. This is different. This is unique, and it's definitely something I do plan on picking up for sure at some point, just because I really like it. It looks like something I would get a lot of use out of. Next, from Kevyn Aucoin, and you know what? If somebody was okay, so Kevyn Aucoin's from Lafayette, right? That's an hour and a half away from me. That's so crazy. And anyway, I feel like everybody here would pronounce his last name as Aucoin. Like if I saw that name, you know, just somebody else and didn't know it was Aucoin, you know, or somebody, you know, hearing somebody say it online, I would look at that and said, oh, that dude's name's Kevyn Aucoin. I asked my husband how he would pronounce it, and he's from down south where they speak more French and stuff, and he was like Aucoin. But anyway, that's just a side thing that I'm always curious about. I want to go back and watch the documentary and see how his family said their last name, because I can't remember for the life of me if they said Aucoin or Aucoin. But anyways, Kevyn Aucoin, we're gonna say it how everybody else says it. Sculpting Contour Powder in Light. I have wanted this for years, and it is $44 for compact contour. But the Kevyn Aucoin contours have such a beautiful undertone to them. They have that kind of very cold gray undertone that is a true like mimicking shadow undertone. It's not a bronzer. That is such a pet peeve of mine when people contour with bronzer, and then it's two different things. I don't like a bronzer. Let's put it that way. I'm not opposed to bronzing the skin or anything like that. Like obviously I use bronzer, but I also use a contour to warm it up. The shade Light looks like the kind of like my dream contour shade. So yeah, this is definitely like in my shopping cart for sure, and it has been like loved in my little wish list thing on Sephora for literally like 5 years, maybe longer, since I probably made a Sephora account. It was one of the first things I added, and in that amount of time, I still have not brought myself to spend the $44 on it. I don't know why. I've bought more expensive stuff in like different products and I could have bought that. I don't know. I kind of forgot about it, I guess. All right, next up is the Laura Mercier Secret Blurring Powder. I saw Taylor Wynn talking about this and how beautiful it looks under the eyes, and bitch, I'm sold. I need that. And it's actually only $28. I know it's a very small compact, but you're only using it just a little bit under the eye. And I'm wondering if it is somewhat similar to the NARS Radiant Pressed Powder or whatever that's white like that. Because I have that and it does beautifully under the eyes. So I'm wondering if this is quite similar. I think it's probably about half the size. But again, you know, $20 isn't that big an investment. And you're only using it right there pretty sparingly. Yeah, I definitely do want that. Next, I think this is also a Taylor Wynn recommendation and like 10 other people. The Estee Lauder Futurist Hydro Rescue Moisturizing Foundation with SPF 45. This sounds like something I would really love for like every day. The shade Porcelain looks like a dead-on match for me. It looks like it runs very light. Yeah, very light with neutral undertones. Me. Hello. Yes. I know I don't look quite as pale on camera since I got this newer camera. If you go back watching older videos, I look like a ghost. This camera just kind of warms me up a little bit. It's basically telling me I need to get a tan. And don't judge me, camera. I understand that I'm a ghost and it messes up your white balance and all that, and I have to correct stuff in post. Anyway, the shade match on this looks really nice. I think this would be beautiful just all year round, just something like an easy product to put on. I feel like it's something I could probably put on my fingers if I was in a rush or, you know, with a sponge or brush, whatever. And just something, it looks so beautiful. Just everyone I've seen using it and like all the reviews, it sounds like a dream product. Hydrate skin, smooth and protect, medium coverage. Yeah, I'm down. I feel like this would be a fantastic little product to try out, and I just really want it. That's the only foundation that I actually want that's high end. Next, from Fenty Beauty is the Pro Filter Instant Retouch Setting Powder in the shade Lavender. I have it in the shade Butter, and Butter does pull, rather than brightening on me, it just makes my under eyes look yellow, and that just, ooh, it irritates me. And so I feel like the shade Lavender would probably really do something cool under my eyes and really brighten on my skin tone, and I don't know, I think it's really unique. I haven't seen that from any brands, a lavender powder like that really. It's just, I don't know, I'm really into it. And yeah, I have it in the shade Butter, and I really, really, really love the finish and the product itself, the formula. I love it. So yeah, if I can get this in lavender and it actually work for me really well and brighten around my face and under eyes. Do I need this and the Laura Mercier? Yes. And also from Fenty is the Cheeks Out Freestyle Cream Bronzer in the shade Amber, which is a cool tone contour shade in a cream product. I really want to try this, and I do plan on picking it up soon. This is where I probably had the most fun, was picking eyeshadow palettes out, because I love eyeshadow and I love high-end eyeshadows. To me, that is one of the things I don't mind splurging on at all. It doesn't like hurt in here if I buy a high-end palette or an expensive palette, because 9 times out of 10 it's worth it to me because it's something I want, and I don't buy them on a whim. They're usually something I've really been wanting for a while or had my eye on, I'm really excited about. I don't just buy, you know, every single palette that comes out. So let's start here. Pat McGrath Labs, the Bronze Seduction palette. Just oof, it's so pretty. I love these colors in it. And to me, yeah, I mean, it's got a bronze in it, but it looks like it's some really unique undertones and really cool shades and like a duochrome in there. I don't know, I feel like this would be a beautiful palette and I could get a lot of wear out of it. I love the packaging and just the quality, like the styling of her palettes, everything about them. I want them so bad. And this would probably be one that I would definitely pick up if I had the extra money, because it is absolutely gorgeous. It's colors I like. You know, I like warm tones, and it has a black in it. It has cool duochromes. It's got the golden bronze shades that I like. And I feel like this just is right up my alley as far as the palette goes. Dream Cart, definitely would pick it up in a heartbeat. Next from Pat would be the Sublime palette. This one has some really unique shades in it, and I've had this one on my loves wish list for a long time, since it came out. I like that it has these mauvey cool tones in it, and then the bright gold and the green, like the true emerald green, and It looks like it also has some duochromes. I mean, it just looks so pretty. It looks like a palette I could also get a lot of use out of. And, oh, I want it so bad. It's so pretty. And just, I like the vibe of this palette a lot. Now, I would have added the Divine Rose newest one, but it's not in stock on Sephora, so don't let me add it to my cart. So technically I couldn't buy it. But they do have the first Divine Rose palette, and I would probably definitely want the Divine Rose palette, the original one. It's got those mauves in it that I really like, and those smoky, I feel like I could get some really good everyday looks out of this palette, and do some really nice soft glam looks. I like the duochromes in it. It has that pinky, shifty one, and the gold, and oh, yeah, these are colors that I love, and I want it. I want it too. Wow, it's made with rice bran and honey extract. Cool. Next for eyeshadow palettes would be the Urban Decay Naked Ultraviolet palette. I've heard some pretty mixed reviews about this. They aren't things that would deter me from buying this palette. I think it was just people expecting something different from it and just not being excited by it. But when I look at this palette, I'm like, ooh, those are some really cool purples, and I really like that green shade that looks like more of an eyeshadow topper. I'm into it. And I like the neutrals in there as well. I feel like you could mix and match and really create an interesting look. Or quite a few interesting looks with it. And it's not just the colors in this palette that speak to me, it's the whole theme of the palette. And if we're buying like our dream, you know, stuff from our like dream wish list, this would be on it just simply because it's like cyberpunk theme. And you guys know how I feel about cyberpunk stuff. I love it. I love vaporwave, cyberpunk, anything like that. That retro futurism or just futurism in general. That's my favorite, absolute favorite genre. Every book I read is like a cyberpunk book. Most of the movies I watch are all set, you know, in that kind of universe. It's something I truly enjoy, and the colors in this palette fit that theme really well. And obviously they're going for that with the shade names and stuff, and it just makes me want it because of that more than anything. And since this is only, you know, $49, it's a naked palette, I will probably most likely be buying this fairly soon just because I really want to play with it, and the cyberpunk genre really inspires me. And I feel like I could create some really fucking cool looks with this palette, and I want it. Next would be from Natasha Demona, the Metropolis palette. This has a really unique color story to me. I mean, there's lots of kind of golds and greens and warm tones and some odd like pops of color in there. I don't know, it just looks like colors I would like to play with and use. This has like that khaki in it, you know, an olive green, some jewel tone shades, and it seems like a palette I could get a lot out of, and I think would be worth spending the 129 on, because I would use it a lot. Like, those are a lot of really beautiful colors. I don't know, something about it, it just looks warm and cozy, and I like want to roll around in it. They're colors I use, and colors I would want to use. So I feel like this would be a palette I'd reach for quite a bit. Next is the Viseart Dark Edit eyeshadow palette. This is actually only $39, so I will probably pick this up fairly soon as well. You know, it's got the jewel tones in there. It's got the kind of colors I like. I mean, this is definitely in my cart, and something that I'm gonna purchase pretty soon because I think it's a nice affordable price point for Viseart. It's a nice way for me to try their eyeshadows, and it's a good variety of colors and colors that I like. You got a gold, a black, a warm orange, you got purples, you got the greens. It's all the colors that I could want in a palette. And yeah, at a $40 price point, I ain't mad about it. And I know Viseart's quality is, you know, like chef's kiss good. I mean, it's called Dark Edit. Of course I want it. Alright, and lastly for eyeshadow palettes, and I think the last thing in my cart would be the Milk Cosmetics 420 eyeshadow palette. I talked myself out of this one because I was like, no, you got Gemini, you don't need this one. They look too similar. But if we're talking dream cart, I'll take it because it's got them funky yellows and greens in it that I love. Like, just this palette is just like fall in a palette. I mean, yeah, it's similar to Gemini, but it's also different than Gemini, okay? And I want it. I also would have added the She's in Parties palette, but I have already purchased that. it's in the mail right now. Yeah, it's on my list and in my cart. I do want it. So yeah, that is my entire dream Sephora cart, not including fragrance or skincare, because then we would be up to about $5,000 probably. So if you would like to see me do this with just a skincare cart or just a skincare fragrance cart, I would be down to do that too, because there are a few things from both genres that I do want that I could not fit into this cart. And I could probably reevaluate this and maybe take some stuff out, but I just decided to stick to just makeup and things I've looked at for a long time since they came out, or a couple of newer things I know I'm gonna get. But yeah, my grand total is actually a little over $1,000. It is $1,030. I feel like I could, if I got a gift card from Sephora, you know, $1,000 one, I could swing that extra 30 bucks in there. That's how I'm justifying that. I thought this was such a fun little tag. I've watched Emily, you know, Emily Noel's version, obviously, and this is who started the tag. And then Glitzy Fritzy Mary, I love that woman so much. And I really like the way she did the tag. It was so funny. I get so tickled at her. And I just watched Jessica Braun do it. It was interesting seeing what they had in our cards and like some of the overlap that we had. And so let me know in the comments, what is some incredibly high-end product that you want from Sephora? Like some really expensive product that you just, but if you had that $1,000 gift card, what would you buy? Let me know, just that one thing that you have lusted after. Let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, that is all for today. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and doing a little chit chat, hanging out, doing a tag, because I never do tags. Let me know if you want to see some more tags. Suggest some to me because I forget about them. Anyway, that is it for me today. I've rambled enough. I gotta go do some editing or something. You guys stay safe and stay spooky. I'll see y'all later. Bye now.